Welcome to my land in Sicily. It's been around 3 weeks that we acquired this off-grid 12 hectare land, and my plan now is to start the garden area. I'm really starting everything from scratch, and I really want to reuse as many organic resources as possible from the land to create a healthy and balanced ecosystem. And you will see there are quite a lot of unexpected and interesting resources to reuse, and I also made some very cool discoveries. So let's go. I just acquired this land and it's currently totally off-grid. No water, no electricity, a collapsing room, but lots of dreams and potential. And this land is full of unexpected and natural resources that can be transformed and used for building a healthy and sustainable ecosystem. So let's dig in. I'm now making a little coffee in a very old school way, and I'm using one of the most valuable resources we can find for free on this land. It's wood. So I'm making this little wood fire using wood from the land. It makes me think, about homegrown fire, because we talk often about homegrown food. Actually, this wood is also homegrown wood, so it's a homegrown fire. And I really love this kind of ritual. For sure, the coffee takes much longer to do, around 20 minutes, but it feels very special. And it's all about creating this little closed loop for this everyday life, simple things. So yeah, I think it's beautiful. It has a special meaning. And yeah, I just love to make this coffee that way. Beautiful. Seems like coffee is ready. Look at this beauty. And what I love is that I just used actually wood from the land to make a fire, to make my coffee. And this coffee can actually go back to the soil and actually to the worms. I'm feeding the worms with coffee grounds, they love it, and these worms will then give me manure and will give me worm castings to fertilize my garden. But to make this fire and to make this coffee, you have to work for it. The resources are all available, but you have to cut it and you have to work. So working on the land will actually create resources, but these resources will also create work. And when I mean it can create work, it can be also super overwhelming. Look at that pile. It's basically all the prune branches from just this tree around. And look at this gigantic pile. So yes, it's amazing because it's a lot of free wood, but it's also a lot of work because I can't just leave this pile of prune branches just like that. I have to clean and I have to work on them to obtain this wood that I can get for the fire. But also a super interesting thing is that all this wood won't be just for the fire. This wood will help me to basically fertilize the garden beds. And it will be basically the first layer of all the garden beds. Rich wood that will decompose, rot, and will slowly release nutrients for my vegetables and my fruits. And another solution is actually to rent or to buy a wood shredder. And all these branches could be turned actually into wood chips that I can use in the garden bed, but that I can also use in the pathways to keep moisture longer and also to feed the soil. So that's definitely something I'm considering, and as you can see, when I will have the wood shredder, I will have quite some work, but that's part of the adventure. So if you saw our first video, you surely remember that here it was full of flowers. There were this beautiful field of yellow crown daisies everywhere, but at some point it can also become problematic because it's harder to walk and access every part of the land. And also, now we are mid-April and there is less rain and they can basically literally dry up and this can be risky for fire. So we took the decision to cut everything. Like I'm talking like in my old marketing job, you know, we took the decision to let him go. So we took the decision to let go all the flowers to make chop and drop. And I'm gonna show you like how basically it will benefit the whole land. Having a big land requires some heavy machinery and heavy tools that I don't have at the moment. So we're collaborating with local farmers who can help us with their tractor. And I could not resist to make a tractor tour on the land. This tractor is not tilling the soil, but the tool helps to cut the flowers and temp it on the soil. We end up having a type of mulch that will decompose to nourish the soil. It's basically adding another layer of organic matter, and it's a good example of how an existing resource can have a second purpose after providing us with beauty and feeding the pollinators. And another amazing free and resource for organic gardening is actually the vegetation. The plants, the native flowers that are already growing in your garden or in your land. This is not only weed, this is actually fertilizer that can help you to grow your own food. And yeah, this is a resource, and I will show you how we use it. And I just discovered an amazing free resource. It's actually nettle. And nettle is growing in this old building because like there is a lot of shade. And nettle absolutely love shaded area, so we're definitely going to harvest some for our garden beds. So yeah, we have like some fresh nettle. I only did cut half of the plant, so just the tops, so that it can continue to grow, so that I can come back and harvest more. But nettle is really like magic plant. Like you can eat it for sure. It has like many nutritional benefits. But for the garden, it's also like a wonder. You can make nettle manure with it, so that you have like liquid fertilizer, organic fertilizer for your plants and your garden. But I love also to just use it as mulch and just put it like on the beds to retain moisture, and by decomposing, they're releasing amazing nutrients. Oh, and look what we have here. We have lots of borage. Borage is an amazing plant also for mulching that you can use along nettle. And firstly, borage is edible too. Look at these flowers. Love this taste. So you can use it in salads. And it's an amazing plant also for pollinators. But you can choose to basically leave them for pollinators or chop them and drop them as mulch. So we have a lot on the land, so we're gonna harvest some, and really the combination of borage and nettles will really give us like a rich mulch. And that's also what makes things special with closed loop and organic gardening. It's when you can create your own mulch to feed your soil and to transport them easily, but also like to make like a better mulch. I can already chop everything directly here so that it will be easier to transport. Careful, borage, they also sting when they are like mature, so always wear gloves. And I'm super happy to welcome you in my garden. So actually this is the first garden beds I created on the land. They are not perfect yet for sure, but it's just a first try. I really wanted to plant some lettuce, some spinach, basil, tomato, aromatic herbs, just to see a bit how it reacts within the ecosystem, just to see also how plants are reacting with the soil. And honestly, so far so good, I cannot complain. I don't see, a lot of slugs attacking the lettuce, so it's a super good sign. And now we have our rich organic mulch made of nettle and borage that we will put directly in the beds. We just have to put it around our lettuce so that it covers the ground. It will retain moisture longer, and while decomposing, it will definitely nourish the soil. So that's really a great way for organic gardening, is to really try to reuse native plants and also grow your own mulch because it not only saves money, it's also a pure satisfaction that you're creating this closed loop, and yeah, it's purely organic and honestly purely beautiful. Look at that. And as you can see, all around the beds, I reused these natural stones. And it's another amazing resource that we have here on this land, because we are on a rocky hill, so you have like lots of stone. Yeah, and many people would think that actually having stones in the garden is a big disadvantage, because yeah, for sure, it's more work, you know. Every time you dig or you try to turn the soil, you have these stones. But you can reuse them, and on top of that, stones are actually leaving minerals in your soil, like magnesium, iron, but also calcium. So these stones are actually part of this ecosystem. It's part of the soil, and it's also nourishing the soil, minimizing additional fertilizer and external inputs. And yeah, you saw some little stones on the land. Here are a huge stack of stones. Look at this. And the stones are really huge. And actually, I don't know if they are like only natural stones for the land or all stones from an antique small construction, but we have like these stones on the land, and it's an amazing resource. Imagine the garden bed that I could do with all these big stones. It could be like so beautiful, but yeah, for this I will definitely need an excavator and some help, because they seem like pretty heavy. But yeah, that's a beautiful surprise that we have on the land, and we have another stack of stones like this just here and just here. So that's part of the land adventure. You just discover stuff like all around, all the time. And I'm sure that inside it's also snake paradise. There are probably a lot of snakes inside, so yeah, don't want to disturb them for now. But yeah, that's also something you should take into account with stones. I always wear gloves and good shoes when I pull out some stones, because yeah, you never know, like there can be like so many snakes, and these snakes were here before me, so I just have to be super respectful, and they play a crucial part also in maintaining this whole ecosystem. So yeah, let's continue on stones. And if you have any ideas on what to do with these stones, like yeah, if you have crazy ideas, just send your ideas in the comments. I love to hear from you and to get suggestions. Why natural stones are really a great idea for your garden bed? Number one, it's fully natural. It's a sustainable material, and it does not contain any plastic, any chemicals. If you have natural stones, it's a natural material. So that's really super important. Second point, the durability. Sometimes, you know, if you already created a big garden raised bed, it's a lot of effort, you know, it's a lot of work to gather all the resources to build it. If you do it with wood or with plastic, they will degrade pretty fast, I would say. These stones will stay there for years and years. So basically, you have a long-lasting and durable raised bed. And third advantage of natural stones. They are super useful for spring, autumn and winter season. Why? Because basically a stone under the sun will accumulate the heat, and it will give back this heat at night. Meaning that early spring or during winter, like these stones are basically like warming up the soil around your plants, and you can plant earlier. So it's really honestly an amazing material. And now that we are in this garden, as I told you, I planted a little bit of plants, but yeah, the plan is way bigger. I want to build, you know, the garden all around here. But for that, I will need water, and water is definitely another extremely important resource. So I'm going to show you a few discoveries and a few thoughts about our water setup. So, and regarding water, in Sicily, it can be extremely dry during summer, so water is really essential. And this year, we were really lucky. Like since the beginning of the year, it's raining so much. Everybody was complaining here about like the bad weather, but here we have like so much rain, and I was like so happy to see like all this rain because we need really like rain back in our soil. The problem is that I got this land and I bought this land too late, so I could not already set up all my water system to gather back of this rainwater, but I discovered something super interesting right here. Near the beautiful cistern, I just cleared a bit the vegetation around and the plants, and I discovered this little hole. And this little hole has been designed to actually gather back all the rainwater that is flowing on the land. It's going through this hole and it's filling the cistern here. And this cistern is absolutely beautiful because it's not a plastic container. It's a cistern that has been built directly in the rocks. So it's really full of natural materials. And yeah, that's fascinating. And that's truly an amazing discovery for me because all this rain that will flow on this land can go in this cistern. And I will then have to install a pump so that I can pump inside this cistern to get water for my garden. Look at this. Isn't that absolutely beautiful? And it's really amazing. All the water flowing from the upper part. All the water is directly flowing inside. So yeah, it was like such an amazing discovery. Just by clearing around the bushes, I discovered this and I'm like, wow, so cool, because we have our first natural container gathering rainwater. And one super interesting thing, I did see the level of water, and the level of water is exactly the same whether it rains or not. So I would say two options. First one, there is a leakage that we will need to fix so that it can accumulate more water. Or second option, it's actually not only a cistern to gather back rainwater, it's maybe also a well. Maybe there is a natural source of water coming on this stone in this cistern to basically always fill with the same level of water at the bottom of this cistern. So I don't know yet, but I'm gonna test this week. So in the next video, you will have the answer. But before knowing if it's a cistern or a well, I had to find a small way to basically have access to water and to water the first garden beds I did plant. And yeah, I made this little DIY system. I saw an old sink on the side of the street. So I stopped, I took it, and I was like, yeah, maybe I can use that. And actually, I did put it on some reused pallets. And on the pallets, I did put my EcoFiltro. So there is a natural filter. So I just put water in there. The natural filter filters the water. And then here, I can basically wash my hands, have drink fresh water. And all the water that is going in the sink is actually going to a first water tank here, and then a second one down there. And this one will help me to water the garden and water my plants. So I'm really trying to reuse like all the water that we're using on this land for the garden. So this is how I get some water, some reused water to water the garden. And here I'm reusing actually the branch of this tree so that my watering can doesn't fall. I find it funny, trying to use like as many little tricks from nature as possible. Yeah, old school watering with a watering can. But I have to say, I kind of like it. And the first lettuce on the land are growing, and I can tell you, I can't wait to eat the first lettuce. It will be a delicious one, I'm sure. And I'm also experimenting here cardboard mulch sheets to retain more water, and yeah, I'm really like testing it, and it's actually a teasing for the next video that we will do because the garden you see here has nothing compared with the garden that will be here. I have to build everything. There is like so much work, but I'm super excited. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and yeah, in the next video we're really gonna see this beautiful garden transformation, reusing all the natural resources we gathered today on the land. So really, thanks so much for your support. After the first video, I received so many comments, so much love. It really means a lot to me. So thank you for being here on this journey with me. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, send me your suggestion, because I'm reading all the comments and I love to hear about your suggestions. So yeah, thanks so much for your support, and as usual, green love to you.